They were sipping some serious stupid Kool-Aid. Hey YouTube, welcome back to SIBZ, West Coast, East Coast siblings. Honestly, I apologize now, you guys, if I'm doing that backwards. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We are reviewing the final episodes of When the Streetlights Go On, episode 8 through 10. Let's just get into it. So right off the bat, guys, like, what the actual heck? Let me know how you guys felt about this, but I was utterly disappointed with that whole story. It felt like it was like build, psh, and that was just the end of it. It was utterly disappointing. That being said, the high school teacher did tell Charlie in the beginning that, you know, sometimes it's not gonna go how you want it to go. With that being said, let's get into the 3 biggest takeaways from the final episodes of When the Streetlights Go On. So takeaway number 1 is that Becky and Casper do the do. It's kind of like this final culmination of their love. She's at the Halloween party. She finds Casper. He gives her a gift of like a record or something. It's this big emotional thing. And they sleep together. Woohoo. So guys, takeaway number 2 is that at the same Halloween party, a few moments after their copulation, Brad is looking for Casper, and he assumes that Becky has disappeared off with Casper. Sure enough, Casper and Becky come downstairs, they come outside, and Brad kind of goads Casper into a fight, and then Casper proceeds to beat the living crap out of Brad. I mean, he at one point takes his head and starts banging it into the steps of the front house. Like, it was pretty violent. I don't know, for a high school fight. Anyway, Charlie makes a note that, you know, then there was no doubt in anyone's mind that Casper could kill. He could be a cold-blooded killer. That being said, he doesn't kill Brad. He just paralyzes him and mentally alters him forever. Takeaway number 3 would be that Charlie falls for Becky. You know, time passes, Casper kind of leaves town because everyone already thought he was the killer. He beats the crap out of Brad. He just can't deal with the pressure. So he skips town. He tells Becky he'll come back for her. Becky, you know, is emotionally traumatized from watching her boyfriend, new lover, beat the crap out of some dude, and so she doesn't go back to school. She kind of digs herself into this sort of depression hole. She doesn't really do anything. She's laying around all day. She starts asking Charlie, you know, her next door neighbor, if he has some books, because she's read all the books in her house. And eventually they sort of form this friendship. I think Charlie has always had a thing for Becky. And then, you guys, bonus round. So a couple of other things happen between this and our secret, you know, takeaway number 4. Becky inevitably dies. She dies by being invited to the next door neighbor's house for, you know, to come look at some records or something in the middle of the night by herself while her parents are out of town. So, ladies and gentlemen, guess who our killer is? You guessed right, the next door neighbor, Mr. Giuseppe? Mr. Gawalski. Not only is Mr. Gawalski Becky's killer, he's also Chrissy and Mr. Carpenter's killer. The way that they reveal that in the story is pretty lazy. You just have Charlie. I mean, he's been narrating the story this whole time, and now he's just like, BT dubs, it was the next door neighbor who just happens to be a serial killer. How unsatisfying is that? I don't know how you guys felt, but I was like, are you freaking kidding me? 10 episodes of all this intrigue. You know, we kind of point around. We've got Queen Latifah playing detective, and it turns out that it's just the serial killer next door. There was no build-up. There was no reason for anyone to suspect the next door neighbor serial killer. I don't know. To me, it just kind of sucked. I guess that's how real life is. You don't really suspect your next door neighbor as a serial killer. But then you gotta wonder, you know, with 2 girls next door, they're both dying, you know, it was a little weird. The reason that they give for his killing Chrissy and Becky is that he always wanted to kill the 2 bundles of joy next door. Like, very unsatisfying. Charlie is literally just like,
a few years later they found out that the killer was Mr. Gawalski next door.
Like, are you kidding me? After all of that, I'm disappointed, Quibi, because you had a really good startup, you know? I was invested. I was about it. I'm guessing that it was Mr. Gawalski that left the creepy phone calls on Chrissy's phone. He would call and be like, I guess that was him. Why was he doing that? I guess to terrorize the girls. Let me know what you guys think. Am I the stupid one? Did I miss something? Carpenter moves away. He never comes back for Becky and kills himself 3 years later. Really sad. He wrote a note saying that he felt bad for never coming back to get her. Big whoop. Why was it called When the Streetlights Go On? Literally, streetlights had nothing to do with anything. And Charlie says, when the streetlights go on, ghosts roam the avenues looking for salvation. Why do I care? That was it. I don't know. Maybe my anger is amped up because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, but I was so disappointed. I was like, wow. Such a good startup. Anyway, you guys, this has been SIBZ, West Coast, East Coast siblings. You know the routine. Like the video if you like the video. Don't forget to comment. Are you as angry as I am? Please let me know so we can vent together. Subscribe, click the bell so you can be notified of all of our newest videos. Don't forget to check out the Lara Quente Ledger because they are also covering The Most Dangerous Game as well as a few other Quibi shows. Check out Christopher's coverage of Survive and Chris and I's coverage of The Stranger. Yeah.